Dozens of Russians and Ukrainians camped out in recent days on the Mexican side of the border, both groups hoping to be admitted to the United States to claim asylum status. The Ukrainians are mostly gaining entry to file their claim, following a U.S. Customs and Border Protection memo dated March 11th urging they be considered for exemptions to Title 42. That's a public health provision invoked by former President Donald Trump that makes it difficult for people to enter the United States to claim asylum. Trump cited the threat of COVID-19, but critics allege it was intended to curb the flood of asylum seekers from Central America and Haiti. The measure is still in force under President Joe Biden. Some Ukrainians, like this family, have been admitted with an exemption. There was no mention of Russians in the memo, however, although both groups at the border say they oppose Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. A Russian restaurant manager named Mark, who asks that his last name not be used, says he left his job and country over the war.
They're telling that they're trying to make Ukrainian people live better. I don't believe it. Bombing and destroying the buildings, I don't believe it. I don't believe no word that is said by the television.
A Russian from St. Petersburg, who is here with his wife and 2 children, says he cannot believe what is happening.
War is a mass murder of people. Ukraine is defending its sovereignty now. But in any case, innocent civilians are dying in the 21st century. It shouldn't be happening these days. Because people shouldn't wage wars in the 21st century. People can do better.
Tijuana officials have been pleading with the Russian migrants to leave the crowded sidewalk near the border crossing while U.S. authorities consider their cases. Saturday, Tijuana's mayor said the migrants agreed and would be relocated to a hotel. The war weighs heavily on the minds of both Ukrainians and Russians. A Ukrainian software engineer wonders how far Russian President Putin will go.
I'm concerned not only about nuclear weapon of Russia, I'm concerned about nuclear station in Ukraine.
Russian soldiers in Ukraine have seized Zaporizhzhia, the largest nuclear power plant in Europe. Many Russians hoping to cross the border are long-term dissidents who came to Mexico as tourists, while flights between Russia and much of Europe were being canceled. Anton, a university professor in Russia, says a dark fate awaits him, his wife, and others if they return.
It seems we are more like really political, criminals in Russia potentially, and it all depends eventually on how long Putin's regime will live on.
Escaping a war with no end in sight, or a country that is increasingly intolerant of dissent, with people from both sides hoping for asylum. With Vicente Calderon in Tijuana, Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News.